Welcome to Immediate Review and a very special episode.
So, this October, we will be doing a double feature every Saturday. Each of us is going to pick one and surprise the rest of the crew with it. We are joined by Person A. Person A, say something to prove you're here.
Something to prove you're here.
All right, so I'm up first because today's my birthday. And I have chosen a Stuart Gordon double feature of Re-Animator and From Beyond, starring Barbara Crampton and Jeffrey Combs.
I've never seen either of these.
So Re-Animator, I've seen this a million times. Person A and I have. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, probably top 10. And never seen From Beyond, so this will be a first watch for all of us. So, right now, the first film we're going to review is Re-Animator, and we'll be back after we finish it.
All right, so the Re-Animator.
What'd you think?
I mean, I liked it. I thought it was kind of funny and had like a lot of the 80s like cheese and whatnot, but it was like it had great effects. And,
oh man, it's
you didn't tell me Robert De Niro was in this.
The fucking guy really does look like Robert De Niro. Not Jeffrey Combs, but the other guy.
The one who's the Re-Animator.
The audience stand-in protagonist.
Yeah.
If you don't know what Re-Animator is, it's a movie loosely based on a H.P. Lovecraft novel. And, it's basically a Frankenstein story of sorts where a mad scientist, wonderfully played by Jeffrey Combs, Herbert West, goes on a mission to reanimate dead corpses. And once they do, shit starts to get crazy.
Yeah, really crazy. Yeah, it escalates pretty well.
Person A, what'd you think? It's been a long time since you've seen this one. What'd you think?
Poor Meg gets the shit end of the stick.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking movie.
Her cat gets killed.
She doesn't want. Well, no, from the beginning, she doesn't want Herbert to move in with them. She's like, maybe you should.
She was right the entire time.
Like she was right the entire. Maybe you shouldn't. This guy shouldn't move in. Where's my fucking cat? He killed our cat. God damn it! Like her cat gets reanimated. She goes through the trauma that she's like, don't trust this guy. Don't work with this guy the whole time. Then her dad gets reanimated. Then she gets raped by a reanimated headless corpse.
The headless corpse gives her head.
Oh god, it's just fucking terrible. She gets traumatized. And then by the end, her fucking boyfriend is brainwashed and decides to reanimate her. She gets the shit end of the stick this whole story, and the whole time she's the one that's right. Like, poor Meg.
It's true. It's an epic storyline. Yeah, her character's not
her
in the book at all.
boyfriend is so
I think it's a great
easily
addition.
swayed and influenced by Herbert. It's ridiculous. He's just like, watch, let me reanimate your dead cat.
He's driven by science and the goal to further, scientific discovery.
That dude killed his cat, brought it back to life, killed it again, brought it back to life again. I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house, dude.
Well, let
me join you.
The movie's unique in the way that it tries to present West as like this like sadistic cat killing villain. And then it's kind of like, oh, guess what? He's actually one of the heroes of this.
Surprise!
And there are even more evil doctors.
That's what's brilliant about it, man.
Yeah, and it's like you're constantly in this. All right, this guy's fucked up, and then you're at the beginning. You're like, all right. Robert De Niro, he's definitely good. He's like Robert De Niro's character. He's like totally good, and then at the end of it, he's like not good at all. And it's like the beginning. West is like totally evil, just reanimating fucking random people we have no context of.
Like,
in the end, he sacrifices himself to save
dude, his goals have always been noble from the beginning. It's to prevent death. His means are unethical, but his goal is always.
I don't know if preventing death though, is a noble goal.
No, the other scientist wanted to create a zombie race of things to do his bidding. Herbert West wanted to save people. That's why he wanted to figure out that serum.
It's true. He never really had any malicious intent besides the other doctor trying to take his research. Then he decapitated him with a shovel. But that, it's like,
we all go a little mad sometimes.
That doctor totally had it coming.
That's self-defense to me. Like,
yeah, that dude was fucking creep. Like, in the beginning.
But yeah, just a solid movie of moral gray with like great blood effects and like some stuff that you wouldn't expect, some like pretty heavy logical inconsistencies about some stuff, but like, with a movie like this, you logic is not something that you bring to the party. You just you're just along for the ride. Just let it take your hand and guide you. But yeah, I enjoyed this one.
Also, it's one of the few horror movies where you like. Usually I'm like, why is nobody going for the eyes? And this one, they always go for the eyes.
That's true.
It's like,
Yeah,
you got a chance. That's the perfect spot. It gives you easy access to the brain. Go for the eyes if you're ever in a situation where you need to defend yourself and potentially kill or blind someone.
No, it's true. Eyes are squishy.
Eyes are squishy, and you can pop them out, squish through them, get right into the brain, defend yourself.
So, in the behind the scenes, all the cast are talking about how the director's like never tells them, "Whoa, you went too far." He's always telling them like, "More over the top, push it further." Just like you could really tell that, and it gives the movie so much energy throughout and just momentum. And it's such a ridiculous, kooky mad scientist gore fest, and I love it. And so the next movie we'll be watching, From Beyond, is also same director, same two leads. And
is it Lovecraft based this time?
Yep, also Lovecraft based.
Okay,
yep.
Cool.
And let's see the next Stuart Gordon feature. Woo! So From Beyond, I thought that was excellent. It's where to even begin to describe it? It's about two scientists who develop a machine that enlarges your pineal gland in your brain, which allows you access to basically an alternate dimension where, I guess, spirits and creatures lie.
Yeah, and it's insinuating that realm exists all the time.
We just can't see it.
But the stimulating of the pineal gland gives you access and gives them access to you. So it's like you can interact and they can interact with you. And there are like weird eel creatures and all. Like it's very H.P. Lovecraft.
This one's a lot more body horror. Like Re-Animator is more like on the zombie side of things, where this is full on like the thing body horror. Yeah,
and like the Re-Animator to me felt like more grounded. I guess I was more familiar with the like idea because it is very Frankenstein.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
this one felt like.
I've never seen anything like it before.
And but it kind of comes off as just like, okay, like it's not just some doctor with like some reagent that he's using to bring people to life. It's like now it's a machine that vibrates at a thing.
And takes the cinematography from standard to amazing in purple and blue and pink.
Yeah,
the lighting is so fucking incredible in this movie. So pleasantly colorful and sets the mood for the alternate world so well.
Yeah, and kind of they give the all of the like stuff from beyond they'll like, at least the stuff that they like put in whatnot. That you could say it's like CG, but
it's optical effects.
Yeah.
Like this one this one had a way bigger budget than Re-Animator. Yeah.
It was done like they're kind of like black and white-ish, or like
I noticed that at
colors
times
to the like pinks and stuff, and so they really pop and look good. The effects are really good too, but yeah, lots of body horror, lots of like kind of metaphors against, I think, like sex and BDSM. Like they're kind of trying to do go what
I don't know. I don't think this movie has some stance on anything. I mean, maybe, but I don't think it's some hard stance morality play.
What do you think? Personally?
Yeah, what's your review of this?
As far as body horror goes, that element is really cool.
I know, top notch.
This has the same problem that every horror movie ever has with mental health. Is that all those elements don't work.
Yeah, it implies that people with schizophrenia see into the world. It's really not too bad, but there's some iffy stuff there.
It's mostly how the process goes in the hospital, and I mean, like, some of it is based in reality, and then it's just like the way that it's treated in the film plot wise, and the stuff with the doctor and the ethical all of that's bad. But the body horror part is cool, and all of the weird, trippy, what the fuck is this, like, honestly though, what it makes me think of is, in The Good Place, there's the International House of Pancakes, which is like this weird dimension where they're walking around and there's all this shit like flying around on them, and so they have to like it's the Interdimensional House of Pancakes.
Okay.
And basically, like, when they're in there, they can't move or like touch anything because it's not as they see it, because they make it look like an IHOP. But it's basically like all these weird, like, interdimensional creatures that'll like eat you.
Okay.
Watching this back to back with Re-Animator, I'd say this one is a bit more engaging, just because, I mean, it hits the ground running pretty hardcore. I mean, the other one does too, like, he just reanimated somebody and the eyes pop out, but I mean, this, it doesn't let up for a second, and it's just kind of like, we'll figure this out as it goes, and it really doesn't make much sense, but that's fine.
Yeah,
it's another, like, check your logic at the door. Like, none of it makes sense.
I think this one might be more well made, and
the gore definitely is.
I guess the plot is a little better structured in places, but overall, I like Re-Animator much more, especially just Herbert West, especially. What do you think?
Like in compared both of them?
Yeah, Re-Animator versus From Beyond.
So I like okay. So
I pick Re-Animator.
I think that I like kind of From Beyond's concept a little bit more, but both of them are very similar. You know, it's kind of like a scientist or a doctor has access to something that they don't really understand or know how it works, and it
and we don't really fully know how it compares to the source material either.
I've never read anything Lovecraft, but in terms of like the story structure and what I think, like the way that it kind of portrays insanity in From Beyond, I think I liked a little bit more. But I think that Re-Animator is more grounded in something that is like could possibly be real, where this kind of goes into like there's like a mid like movie climax happens about an hour in, and it's like the second time I think they activate, maybe the third time they activate the
just when you think this movie's about to end, we shouldn't spoil it, but it like goes into overdrive,
and it's like
it takes a step further, and so that I think kind of takes you out of it a little bit. That like I don't want to spoil anything, but there's like this homeless guy on a stretcher.
He gives the best performance ever.
He's like, that's the guy.
There's a snake in his head.
It's so fucking funny.
And he gets to live. alive.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like the doc.
So
Also,
great.
yeah, like everybody he eats is a medical professional, which, given the trauma that he endured at that hospital, makes a lot of sense.
Revenge.
Yeah,
He's getting his revenge.
It's crazy, but yeah. So
It's a good double feature. I think I started this one off pretty good.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Re-Animator for story and From Beyond for the effects and the gore and the lighting. Just the tech,
Yeah,
the tech specs and
I think
all
the
that.
cinematography just really like it makes me lean over towards From Beyond, where.
Yeah, the first one's more indie flick. The second
Yeah.
one's more like we got a budget and we got a lot of money now.
And
Yeah.
you're going to see some things that harken back to other horror movies that you're like, oh yeah, that's like this, and oh yeah.
But yeah, again, they're very
In, like, a
similar,
good way.
you know, like very limited sets, but the sets are large and like they have a lot of room to like do things, a lot of camera space for movement and all sorts of stuff, like shot well. You know, they have like great sound effects and the like both end in like
The
crazy.
music is so much better in
climaxes.
Reanimator. The music, I think, is the biggest lacking in this.
Well,
It was pretty
the
standard.
Psycho remixes in Re-Animator are just
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one, it felt like a very standard soundtrack. Like, I couldn't hum you a single tune from it, but Reanimator, yeah, catchy as shit.
But yeah, From Beyond definitely takes it to another level in terms of the like insanity, like true.
Would you
H.P.
say it
Lovecraft.
takes it beyond?
It takes it very much beyond, very much. But yeah,
All right, so next up on the double feature will be Person A's double feature, and then Peter. And then what we're going to do is each of us are going to pick a double feature, put it in a bag, and draw it at random.
Mystery bag double feature.
And then after those all four double features, we have a very special event for Halloween. And yeah, we'll get more into that later. But thanks for watching our first double feature of the season.